40 نويت الاعتكاف، نويت الخلوة، نويت العزلة، نويت الرياضة، نويت السلوك لله تعالى العظيم في هذا المسجد. Inshallah, in this session we will continue to explain or to give commentary on Surat Hisham, Surah 91, and we have reached verse 9. We have explained that yesterday in the previous session, which is read أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قد أفلح من زكاها وقد خاب من دساها. We have explained قد أفلح من زكاها, and inshallah this session we try to elaborate more on the rest, which I will read. قد أفلح من زكاها وقد خاب من دساها كذبت ثمود بطغواها إذ انبعث أشقاها فقال لهم رسول الله ناقة الله وسقياها فكذبوه فعقروها فدمدم عليهم ربهم بذنبهم فسواها ولا يخاف عقباها. Verse 9, truly he succeeds that purifies it. And verse 10, and he fails that corrupts it. And we have explained about those who are truly succeeding by purifying the self, and we have mentioned that التزكية قد أفلح من زكاها. Zakkaha is of different meaning, and we explained that in the previous session. We will emphasize more on zakkaha. When one of the word zakka or zakat or yuzakki is that purifying. So to purify is, and that's why the word zakat, which is the one of the 5 pillars of Islam, the charity, is to purify your money by giving some of it fi sabilillah. So also to purify the self and truly to be succeeded is to give up what Allah has mentioned in the previous verse. فَأَلْهَمَهَا فُجُورَهَا وَتَقْوَاهَا. He inspired the self of all the badness in order that you will avoid them. So it means you have to give up for Allah's sake, for the good, what is bad. That is what is zakatun nafs. That's what you can be able to purify and to succeed in uplifting yourself higher and higher. Prophet ﷺ said, مَا نَقَصَ مَالٌ مِنْ صَدَقَةٍ. Never money less from sadaqah. You give, Allah gives you more.
Doesn't decrease.
It doesn't decrease, it increases. So also, if you stop doing forbiddens for Allah's sake, your reward will increase. Because Allah reward you because you didn't commit that sin. You prevented yourself. And when you prevent yourself something, so there is nothing negative is pulling you, but the positive is pulling you. So you will be like a very loose bird from a cage that can fly quickly. Like a plane, when you have a turbo, what you call these engines, Boeings? Turbojet, it flies quickly instead of these propellers. So if you less in sins, more in the turbo to fly up. And that's why it is similarly when you are higher in the atmosphere, you have no gravity. Why? Because there is no gravity pulling you to earth because we are from earth. So that gravity of the desire of the nafs, of the ego, is pulling you to earth. When you let that away, that bad desire, so you fly, you move. And that's why Allah said in Holy Quran, يا معشر الجن والإنس إن استطعتم أن تنفذوا من أقطار السماوات والأرض فانفذوا لا تنفذون إلا بسلطان. O jinn and this, if you can move from the gravity and the pulling of this earth and space, you can. But what you need a sultan. You need a power, and that what is that power? Is فَأَلْهَمَهَا فُجُورَهَا وَتَقْوَى. Allah inspire showed you what is wrong, what is good. Leave the wrong, then that is your sultan, to leave the wrong. Because if you do only the obligations and not leaving the wrong, it doesn't balance. You can see many people today, even in Mecca, even in Medina. You go and say to him, in the market, you want to buy something, he will swear, or you ask him, how much is this? You are selling this pen? He say, like for example, $10. Say, no, make it less. He say, no way, no bargain. Where you want to go? He say, okay, 8. You say 2 for him, he will give an oath that it is his
commercial.
No, what he bought it, his cost price is more. So you leave and go, he will call you, come, take it. So how? You didn't see that there?
I saw.
Even there in the most holiest place, when someone, and he is hearing the azan 5 times, and it is either in Medina in the presence of Prophet ﷺ, or in Kaaba in the presence of Allah's house, and still they are not respecting. So that's why even you do your obligations and still you are following the desire of the ego, you will not fly out of the cage. You will be still pulled down. And that's why he said, truly you want to succeed, purifies it. And those who purifies it, they become like sunshine. Allah will dress them from the perfect light of the attribute of beauty and majestic. من صفة الجلال والجمال. He will dress them. He will adorn them. He will, like a rainbow, they become like a rainbow. Bless them with all these beautiful names and attributes. From that blessings of these names, he will give them dresses over dresses over dresses. إنما الأعمال بالنيات. Prophet ﷺ said, every amal is according to the intention, to the niyyah. If your intention is for Allah and His Prophet, that's what you need. So even you pray the 5 prayers and your intention is okay, then it's okay. But if you pray the 5 prayers and do your obligation and your niyyah, as Prophet said, إلى امرأة ينكحها أو دنيا يصيب على دنيا يصيب امرأة ينكحها. If your desire, if your intention is for a dunya and pleasure and worldly life, then you are not going to benefit yourself. You will pass your obligation, you go to paradise, but you will not be dressed. So those who are being dressed with these lights, they become sunshine. They become people who will see them, they will run to them. They will ask them. Those who are wrongdoers, they will be dressed with darkness. They will be dressed, they will inherit. فَأَلْهَمَهَا فُجُورَهَا. Those who doesn't want to be succeeding, only they go for wrongdoings, they will be dressed with evilness. You look at their faces, dark faces. Although they are not dark in color, That doesn't mean anything. You are dark or white or you black or this or that. No, it's you look dark. You look bad. People will be running away from you. You want to hide your mistakes. You want to hide what you have done wrong. You want to hide what you have done here and there, whom you called by phone, whom you checked on the internet, whom you checked with on this or that. Isn't it? Who you cheated on behalf of someone else. Isn't it? Yeah. Cheated in many things. And now we are not going to discuss what is cheating in what. Allah said, وَأَمَّا بِنِعْمَةِ رَبِّكَ فَحَدِّثْ. Allah told Prophet, whatever with Allah's favors, tell people. Means those who are in good standing, in good position, people will see them immediately because the ni'mah on them, this favors is already on them. And those who are not on that, what they are going to tell people about what favors? There is no favors on them. They are not dressed or anything. They are dressed with what shaitan is whispering into their ears. That's why he said, قَدْ أَفْلَحَ مَنْ زَكَّاهَا. Truly succeeds who purifies it. وَقَدْ خَابَ مَنْ دَسَّاهَا. And that one who try to hide it or try not to do, he is going to be a loser. And he fails, that corrupts it. So instead of to fail, then what you have to do, try to make tazkiyah to your amal, try to purify yourself. And how to purify? Allah said to Prophet, take from them money to purify them. Means, خُذْ مِنْ أَمْوَالِهِمْ صَدَقَةً تُطَهِّرُهُمْ بِهَا. Take from them, min amwalihim, from their money, sadaqah, a charity to clean them with it. Means a cleansing process.
Allah.
Now amwalihim can be anything, wealth, any wealth that you have gained, and anything can be wealth. Even going to visit a sick person is a wealth in your amal. If you give that for sabilillah and you go and visit someone, that's as if you are giving a charity to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Prophet doesn't need a charity. Allah is telling him, guide them how they have to do, how to do the charity. Charity is a smile in a face of a sad person. To smile is a charity. You will succeed with that. Even to that, you take a stone, imatatul adha an al-tariq min al-iman. To take a stone from the middle of the road, move it, is from iman. That is a charity. You are doing charity for Allah, not for anyone to be harmed on the street. Even to that is showing faith in the heart. That's how you purify the self. How many people are rich and they, when it comes to fi sabilillah, to give something for education or for hospital to help people or for da'wah, that you are converting thousands and thousands of people, converting them to Islam. You ask them for charity, their hands tremble. Is that? You are going to ask the poor? Allah said, ادعوني أستجب لكم. إني قريب أجيب دعوة الداعي إذا دعاني. Call on me, I will give what you want. I am very near to you. Ask me. So we ask Allah to inspire the hearts of those wealthy people to give fi sabilillah, to da'wah, for da'wah reason, for education, for building mosques, for doing any kind. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to inspire our hearts, to give us strength to do what has to be done in the way of Allah, and stop our desires from the way of shaitan. So when someone purify himself, he will be deserving now all what good, whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala described good people and sincere people. رِجَالٌ صَدَقُوا مَا عَاهَدُوا اللَّهَ عَلَيْهِ. Allah described them in Holy Quran. Men who kept their covenant with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Why? Because they purified themselves, so they kept straight. They didn't listen to the wrong. They listened to the good. صدقوا ما عاهدوا الله عليه فمنهم من قضى نحبه ومنهم من ينتظر. Men, they kept their covenant with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Never they changed. Never they changed. They kept straightforward. Allah made them His friends. ألا إن أولياء الله لا خوف عليهم ولا هم يحزنون. So Allah said, Ya Muhammad, خذ من أموالهم صدقة تطهرهم وتزكيهم بها. Take from them their money in order that you clean them. So then to purify them. So it's two processes. It's even three processes. You have to take first what they have, what they love from their money. Then when you take it out, you show them the way, clean now, and then they end up in purifying themselves, in succeeding. قَدْ أَفْلَحَ مَنْ زَكَّاهَا, truly succeeds who purifies it. So it's three processes. So what is needed is to take from our heart. Allah is saying to Prophet, خُذْ مِنْ أَمْوَالِهِمْ صَدَقَةً, take from them, from their wealth, sadaqah, charity. He didn't say money. Means take from their hearts حب الدنيا, the love of dunya, ya Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When you take حب الدنيا from their hearts, تطهرهم, they will be clean. When you take that out, the heart become clean. When the heart become clean, it will be raised up. Tazkiyat, tanmiya means also, it has another meaning. It grow. So then you will be growing in higher stations. في المقامات العلوية, on the heavenly stations, you will be lifted up. So خذ من أموالهم صدقة, take from their wealth. And what is the wealth? Is something related to dunya. Means take from their hearts حب الدنيا, the love of dunya. And that's why he said that if really you have iman in your heart, when you love me more than you love your parents, your children, and yourself. Allah, Allah. So this is the instrument that if we want to succeed, this is the way. There is no other way. Throw from your heart حب الدنيا. That's why one of the Sahaba, Prophet says that is going to enter paradise. So they want to see what he is doing. It's extra, and I will make it short. when they asked him, he said, if the whole dunya come to me in the morning, the whole wealth, it doesn't make any difference to me. لا أفرح لمجيئها ولا أحزن لغيابها أو لخسرانها. I don't mind or care if it all this dunya, wealth of this dunya come to me in the morning. I will not, or doesn't make me happy. I am content with what I have. So if it am all of it, it doesn't change me. And if I lose it in the evening,
So
doesn't change me. I'm same, balanced. That's what is needed. This is how you have to balance it in your heart. Means if you balance that in your heart, if you throw hubb dunya from your heart, the love of dunya and its pleasures and wealth, and even Allah gives you billions, it doesn't change you. Still you will not be someone that they will say, oh, he is holding the dunya or the money or the wealth. No, because you might give it in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because it doesn't make you different. And that's why there are people today that Allah gave them a lot and they give. And I know many of them. And there are some, Allah gave them a lot and they tremble, they don't give. They hold, the big difference. Those whom Allah gave them and they give, Allah gives them more. Because they are giving. They are not holding it. And that's why for akhirah, Allah will give them paradises. And those who are holding it in akhirah, they are not going to see these paradises that the other group will see. وَقَدْ خَابَ مَنْ دَسَّاهَا means the one that direct himself in the wrong way, in the sins, is going to be a loser, and he falls, that corrupts it. He's going to lose, because there will be no success. Because when you begin to do wrong things, you begin to hide what you are doing. You are afraid people knows. When you are afraid people knows, means you know that you are doing something wrong. Then stop it. If you really want Allah. If you don't want to, then it's up to you. That's why he said, قُلْ يَا عِبَادِيَ الَّذِينَ أَسْرَفُوا عَلَى أَنفُسِهِمْ. أسرفوا, say to my servant, Ya Muhammad, to those who asrafu, means they did lot of things, bad things. Asrafu ala anfusihim. They let like when you are riding a horse and you have the bridle and they say aflat al-inan lil-hisan lil-faras, let the bridle loose, means the horse will run. What you say that in English? You let him to take his full, you don't pull him the bridle on his mouth, you leave him.
Let the reins go.
Let the reins go?
Yeah.
Ah. So when you let it to go, then what should happen? Allah said, don't worry. Even to that extent, asrafu ala anfusihim, to let the train go, reins go, never mind. لا تقنطوا من رحمة الله. Don't lose hope from Allah's mercy. Don't despair from Allah's mercy. Allah will forgive you. But don't keep doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it. وَقَدْ خَابَ مَنْ دَسَّاهَا. Those who, the one that corrupts himself, is going to lose. وَقَدْ خَابَ مَنْ دَسَّاهَا. Those who, the one that corrupts it, corrupts himself, is going to lose. Those who, the one that corrupts himself, is going to lose. And those who lose, the one that lose, he will lose and fall into the shirk. You know, when the animals in the wilderness, in the forest, they put for them something they want to cut, trap. You will fall in the trap of shaitan. You will never come out. Finish. That's why there are many people, they tell you, already we are losers. They never wants to overcome that. So when you begin to fall down and in the trap of shaitan, one after one, you lose hope. You'll be in despair. Hopeless. Finish. Say, no one can pull me out. I am going to Jahannam, I'm going to Jahannam. He never anymore, shaitan pulls him.
They give up.
They give up, yeah. And that's why he said, first, قَدْ أَفْلَحَ مَنْ زَكَّاهَا. He said, the one who purifies it succeed. Then he said, the one who corrupts it falls down. كذبت ثمود بطغواها. We will continue that next time inshallah. ومن الله التوفيق. We'll end here بحرمة الحبيب وحرمة الفاتحة.
آمين.